One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Florida Atlantic Owls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Florida Atlantic's offense will have the football first. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Oh, they're after him. Quickly out to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
This move just oozes confidence, going for it on 4th down from their own side of the field. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. So Florida State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The corners are walked up tight. They'll leave it with him. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time at Florida State.
There he goes. Oh, the quick spin move. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown. And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. The official says no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Looking to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
He'll pull it on the read. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Leaves it with the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. The Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Right on the money. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. They'll move the tight end. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Great place to start for this offense. Defense in press coverage. Hands it off. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Quick strike complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Knowles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. And they decide to trot out the kicker. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. It is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Fires to the middle. Picked off. Just keeps moving. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Quarterback on the keeper. And some room to work. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. He'll take it himself. Nice move there. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Gives it on the option. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Knowles! Great job by the back on the option.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. To the air on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
One of the things I love about this offense is they love to go for it on 4th down. And we've seen it early in this game already. I think you're going to see it again here. They've got supreme confidence in their offense to be able to go get it done. And you get the feeling this is a big-time play in this game. They're able to convert this one. The momentum is squarely on their side.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Powers through the defender.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to throw. It's Sperry. It's complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown Seminoles.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. He's taking the shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Florida Atlantic about to boot it away and get this second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guy.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give to the back. Running to Green. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Third and long, I'm thinking bring in extra DBs, play for the pass, rush the passer, and this offense flips the script, runs the football right at him. Nice job by this offense catching him off guard, making the big play, getting the first down with the run.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Running behind that left side. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I tell you what, why would you not do this? I love it. Short yardage situation, get your QB sneak. You've already got everything going. You got a few first downs. You got that momentum on your side. Just get the first down, get that new set of downs. Now, if you want to go attack now.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
He's going to throw deep right side. Snags it inside the 20. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Seminoles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Breaks the tackle. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to the well. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. The give to the back. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. Turning it on. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. And the Owls racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. The Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Morales. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up when...
Going over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Handoff to the single back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. Creates a little space. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to throw, it's Berry. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Gets the back moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on third down, but this is a different deal on third and long. Quick handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll get rid of it. He makes the catch. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Catch in the middle, it's Morales. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. Looking for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.